Hello, this is Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer.
Welcome home. Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey, it's Amy from DVC Clubhouse.
Hey Clubbers, it's Scott from DVC Clubhouse.
Hey, it's Kathleen from DVC Clubhouse.
Welcome aboard. It's Phil from DVC Clubhouse.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Debrief podcast brought to you by DVC Clubhouse. This is Amy, joined as always by Phil, Kathleen, and Scott. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome aboard, guys.
So, in a shocking turn of events, we have in the final rounds of our polls that we did for the brackets on quick service, we have Gasparillas and Yak and Yeti in the finals, and no one saw that coming. So today we're going to be talking about table service dining, and I don't know what's going to be in the finals for this one. We're going to have like some like ridiculous 2 restaurants in the finals.
I'm sorry, I'm just distracted by this noise that's coming from Scott and Kathleen. What the heck is screaming in the background there?
Right, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry about that. It must just be interference from the microphone.
It's like Pulp Fiction. You don't have a room to the back, do you?
No.
We're good. Continue.
All right, so yeah, Yak and Yeti. That's where we were, right?
Cinderella story.
Cinderella story, this young man, the Masters,
Yeah.
18th hole. It's unthinkable to me that my throwaway pick, it was my throwaway pick with Yak and Yeti, has somehow advanced to the finals beyond all of the other really good quick serve that we came up with. We ended up with third-rate theme park Chinese food up against a make-your-own parfait bar.
Right. It was when I saw and yesterday I looked and Wine Bar George was like blowing Yak and Yeti like out of the water. So I was like, oh, it's probably going to be Gasparillas and Wine Bar George. And when I opened Facebook today and saw it was Gasparillas and Yak and Yeti, I was like, what has happened?
I refreshed 3 times thinking that had to be incorrect. I actually went in. There's no way that they have picked Yak and Yeti over Wine Bar George, and I refreshed. And yeah, it's Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Scott voted for Yak and Yeti over Wine Bar George, and I sent him a text and I said, so Scott, you would rather have fast food theme park Chinese food than an old fashioned at Wine Bar George?
And my answer was absolutely yes.
And tell him why. Tell him why you did that, Scott.
No, I'm not going to say why. I'm just going to say that was what my answer was.
It was so ridiculous. I had to vote for Yak and Yeti. I love awkward situations. I had to do it.
I told Amy I was still salty about Geyser Point. So I purposely didn't vote for her Wine Bar George chicken basket.
I'm just not voting for it because it sounds bougie. That's all.
Well, I said to Scott, well, you could be salty. You can go to Yak and Yeti with Phil, and Kathleen and I will go to Wine Bar George like civilized adults.
Deal.
Oh no, my number 2 seed is still. I would say the Cinderella story has definitely ended. Looking at the current results right now,
I haven't looked at it, but there's no shocker there, right? I mean, Yak and Yeti could not be the conference champion.
Well, you never know. Just like what happened with Wine Bar George, all the Yak and Yetiites could band together real quick and do some last-minute voting. Parker is literally kicking me out of my own chair as we speak right now.
Oh, she's mad because of the fan.
But anyway, yes, it was a Cinderella story. I can't wait to see today's topic.
Yeah, let's move on to today's draft picks, if you will. Today we are picking table service. So I'm just dying to see what's going to be in the final round of this. This is going to be like, I don't know. It's going to be some ridiculous, like Garden Grove versus like Victoria and Albert's or something ridiculous.
Well,
Mama Melrose.
What it comes down to, looking at how this worked, is because of the way we're doing the draft with 4 people and doing a typical draft. If you want something to advance, you almost have to pick something awful to put up against it and fix the whole conference that way.
Yeah, because isn't it the way that it works out? Like, if I have first pick and last pick, aren't mine going to just be
going
pitted?
against each other? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I can't wait for the resorts one, because then I know I got last pick too. So
Oh boy.
it's all strategy, baby.
Strategize all you want. I am going down by the river, baby. I get 2 picks before your second pick in the resort. I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
The river. You can go down by the river, but you better stay out of my little
Me
part
and
of the river.
Yeehaw Bob, we're going all the way to the end, buddy.
All right, let's not jump ahead to resorts, because to right now, today, we are talking about table service restaurants, correct?
I feel a lot of pressure on this one, though, because I get the first pick in table service, and there are some really good table service restaurants. Do you go with an old favorite that you know is solid? Do you go with some diamond rated Victoria and Alberts? There's a lot of pressure in this one. I'm not going to lie.
Listen, I just want to set something straight before we dive into this, just so we can clarify. I got the text earlier. As long as it's classified as a table service restaurant on www.disney.com, then I am okay to pick this. It has to be on Disney property, table service. Those are the rules, correct?
You say this like we're making up the rules. Like we have all banded together in some deep conspiracy to deny you your favorites. As it is, we opened up resorts so you could have Port Orleans. Come on.
No, I just want to clarify and get it out there now, just so I can bend the rules my way later.
Okay. That's, again, back to strategy and gray areas.
I do have one question, because when you go to the Disney website, there's a list of filters for table service. And one of the filters is reservations accepted. And if you don't pick that, then you have something like Bar Riva or Banana Cabana come up. Are we only selecting ones where reservations are accepted, or are we not using that criteria?
So what I've got on my screen right now, just so we're all synchronizing our watches here, is table service. I do not have reservations accepted. I do not have quick service picked. Character dining, fine signature dining. That is it. So reservations accepted is not selected on my screen. So that should give you a large pool to choose from.
And not casual dining is not selected.
I don't even see a casual dining. Hold on.
Make a reservation.
All right. So I don't know. Let's just send it. This is getting complicated.
Make a reservation. People bring you food. Those are the two. And it has to be on a Disney property.
All right, let's do it. Phil.
I know where he's going with this.
You didn't pick up on this quick. You better not.
No, you are hitting too hard with the on Disney property angle. Yeah. Okay. Have at it, kid.
All right. Let's go.
All right. So to lead it off, I could go big, but I think I'm just going to go with one of our favorite table service restaurants on property. It has only become a favorite in the last few trips we've gone to. It was top of our list. Where do you think I'm going, guys? You know where I'm going?
Narcoossee's.
I am going to Narcoossee's. Narcoossee's is going number 1 in the draft.
That was my pick.
Oh boy, so it wasn't Tony's. All right.
Pick
Who's
number
up?
2 goes to Amy.
All right. Well, I mean, this is not going to be a shock to literally any human being that
I almost
exists
took
on the
it,
planet
same as
Earth.
I almost took Scott's Hotel.
But I'm obviously choosing California Grill.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's not a shock to anybody. I don't know.
Right.
Guys, are we going to allow this? Is she going with the fixed price menu, or are we going to allow her to have her lounge?
I'm going with the whole darn restaurant, the whole kit and caboodle, the restaurant,
Just the whole
lounge.
floor, the whole damn floor of the Contemporary.
Yes, the viewing area for the fireworks, the whole thing is just mwah, chef's kiss. My favorite restaurant at Disney.
Huh. I never would have guessed that.
Interesting.
All right, since Phil picked Narcoossee's, I will have to go second on my list, and that is Trattoria.
Trattoria was very high on my list as well.
That brings us to the crucial fourth pick, and I will go with a relative newcomer that we all seem to enjoy, whether it be a chain restaurant or not. I will still go with Rosa Mexicano.
You guys are killing me. That was my top 3. You almost wonder how Rosa is going to fare, though. I think those in the know. But those who
Right.
have not ventured over there don't understand the amazingness that is Rosa or the amazingness that is Jordan. Let's be honest.
I agree.
You get to go again, Scott.
Oh, it's me again. Well, look at that. I was not prepared. Okay, so I'm going to go with Boma.
Another solid pick.
Yeah.
Love Boma. Love that buffet. Can't get any more unique than that. You.
Oh, it's me now?
I don't know. I'm losing track.
Scott, back to Kathleen. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I actually have it written down for this episode because we got so sideways on episode 2. So yes, Kathleen in with pick number 6.
I think I'm going to have to go with Homecoming.
That's a good
That's
choice.
a sleeper. I like it.
That's a good choice. I think a lot of people have been there, and a lot of people are going to be on board with that one.
All right, I'm next.
It is you.
This is also not going to shock anybody, especially because it also made my quick service list. I am going with Wine Bar George.
That's a cop-out. That's weak.
How is that a cop out? It is literally one of my favorite restaurants. I eat there more than I eat at California Grill, just because it's more affordable. But I love
There
it.
is that.
And because George of Wine Bar George, he was the first general manager of California Grill and the one who curated their amazing wine list. So, Wine Bar George is basically California Grill light.
Oh, fun fact.
I was not aware of this.
Same.
Diet California Grill. Very nice.
Diet California Grill.
Okay. California George. Phil, you're
All
up.
right.
Yeah, I'm coming out of
Phil.
left field. I got to take Rainforest Cafe. No, I'm just joking. That's not happening.
Honestly, if you picked Rainforest Cafe, it would somehow end up in the final. So
Yeah, along the lines of Yak and Yeti, somehow the animatronic monkeys would make it to
Yeah.
round 4. I'm not going to give it the chance. Not happening. Okay, where do I want to go? I've got 2 that are very close on my list here. Despite the presence of mini fart cabbages, number 8, I'm coming in with Yachtsman.
Mini
like
fart
Yachtsman.
cabbages.
We've only been once, and I thought it was very good.
That's a solid choice. Who's up?
Oh, wait. This goes back to me again, so I can take both in a row. Fantastic. After Yachtsman, number 9. And I'm going to actually, these are going to be the 2 that are pitted against each other. So I'm interested to see what is going to move forward. But after Yachtsman, I got to go in and take Jico, the cooking place.
That's going to be a good matchup.
That's going to be a really good matchup. Only 2 enter, 1 leave. It's going to be interesting to see who comes away with that.
So my pick is interesting because it rounds out the Animal Kingdom Lodge table service dining trio with Sanaa. And I mean, I think that, look at that, Animal Kingdom, we have this conversation a lot about which resort has the best for dining. And there's a lot to be said about Grand Floridian because it has so many different options. However, which resort is having all 3 on the list? It's Animal Kingdom Lodge.
I've never
As it
knocked
should.
the dining at Animal Kingdom. I've never knocked the ambiance. I've never knocked the beauty of Animal Kingdom. There's a lot going for that resort. It just, I don't know, for some reason, we like it. It just never resonated with us. It's like I feel about Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge. It's so beautiful, but it just, different strokes for different folks. It just doesn't resonate with us.
Didn't get the right feels.
Is it me?
You're up.
All right. I think I'm going. All right. I'm going to have to go on this round to Toledo.
Really?
Interesting.
I liked it there.
Great choice. Me? I am torn.
Yeah, it's
'cause
back to you. You get 2 in a row.
I have the next 2 picks. I am torn because I have 3 that I want to say. So I'm going to have to leave 1 out. but one that I feel like I cannot leave out because it always is a solid option is the Boathouse.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then back to me.
So you're going to have Boathouse up against Boma, actually, which is an interesting matchup as well.
I think that's going to be that's going to be close.
Well,
it wouldn't be me if it wasn't a controversial pick. So for my last pick, maybe we could take it to a vote. I don't know, but I thought about Disney property. I thought about
I know where he's going.
table
Yes, technically
service.
they own it. It doesn't need to be on land. They own it.
So I thought Palo would be a choice.
I knew you were going there.
Amy?
I mean, we're talking about Disney World, right?
I can change it. If it's not allowed, I have another one.
It's
You know
Disney
what?
property. I could have also gone to Disneyland. Scott was very specific about on Disney property, and we gave him the buy.
Oh, well, listen, if we're talking about on Disney property, then I know what so I'll give Scott Paulo because I know where I'm going then.
She's going over to Grand Cal.
Yes, she is.
I'll change it. I can change it because I have another one actually.
Totally
that I
up
thought
to
about.
you guys.
I'll change it just to keep it at the World. I'm gonna say Kappa because I think like if you've been there before, I feel like that's a solid meal every time. It's gonna be hard to vote against Kappa if you've actually been there.
Kappa it is. Now comes the gamesmanship part. You do not want to see Narcoossee's go away for my number one pick, so do I throw something solid at the end, or do I just give a throwaway? But then again, the way throwaways are working with the clubbers, we could end up with some awfulness knocking out Narcoossee's. Oh, man, it's tough. Oh, Kathleen, you're up.
it's my turn?
Yep.
Already? All right. I think I'm going to have to go simple here, and I'm going with Beaches and Cream.
Wow. There's one that's nobody has said this one, and I am shocked. But I'm gonna wait until the end because we still have a couple.
Yeah, but we opened this one up pretty wide. There's no way we were going to hit everything with just 16 picks with table service on Walt Disney World property.
But I was for sure this was going to be one of them. Go ahead.
All
Amy,
right.
your final pick. This one's going up against California Grill, though, so be careful here.
She's like Turf Club.
Literally, yeah.
What, she's going to throw in Mama Melrose or like Pizza Fari or something.
Well, honestly, I'm like a little bit torn. The last one is always the hardest one because it's like not in my top. All of my top restaurants have been picked, and I'm kind of torn between going with something as good as Victoria and Albert's, but I feel like that is not a great thing to pick just because so few people have actually dined there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like too small of a sample size to like get an accurate reading. So I therefore am not going to say that. So I think that I'm gonna end up saying Via Napoli.
Via Napoli. That's going to get crushed. Well, you know what? I say it's going to get crushed by California Grill, but again, sample bias, it might have a shot just because of the number of people that love Via Napoli.
Yeah,
I have a question. I'm sorry.
It's popular, so
I feel like Amy's right. She made me think about this. The sample size is probably too small for my pick Kappa. Do you guys think?
Maybe.
I've
Maybe
never been.
Would I be allowed to go back and change it to something a little bit more with a larger sample size?
Oh, go for it. I have an
I'll leave
eraser.
I'll leave it open. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pick Ohana.
what?
Ohana? You know that one that's over at the Polynesian?
Yeah, now you're just trying to fix it. Because here's if you told me I could pick 2006 Ohana, I am in. You tell me I've got to pick 2025 Ohana, it's out.
We'll see.
Yeah, again, this is about gamesmanship and strategy. It's a beloved restaurant. Okay, so I got to throw in a pick just for my kids at this point because it is probably one of their favorite restaurants on property. And to round it out, and it better not beat Narcoossee's because I'll be heartbroken, we're going to go for hibachi, baby. We're going to Tepanito.
Oh.
How do you beat the choo-choo train, Mickey, flying shrimp. It's great. It's like a dinner show.
That's a good choice.
You beat it with Narcoossee's.
Yeah, you better beat it with Narcoossee's. Well, they're going to both next month, so we'll see what they think.
There you go.
So did we hit the one you were thinking of, Scott? What did you still have left on your list there?
No, and you had a perfect opportunity to pit the two together, and it would have been such a great showdown. It was Citricos.
You know, I almost took Citricos instead of Yachtsman early on, but I had to go with Yachtsman because we hadn't hit a steakhouse. And I wanted to go with Tiffin's as well, but I didn't want to put Tiffin's up against Narcoossee's because that could turn into a really interesting matchup as well.
I think all of the ones that I had on my list made it except for I had Sebastian's.
So did I.
Oh, you did too?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a sleeper. It's just one of those ones that it's a solid meal.
You know what didn't make it, which will be probably not controversial amongst the four of us, but amongst the rest of Clubhouse, is Topolino's.
Yep. I was thinking about that too.
People love Topolino's, but that it's just not it's not in my top.
No.
Yeah, that's another sample size issue too. Not a lot of people have been there. I mean, it's beloved by those who have been, but not a lot of people have done Topolino's to this point.
Well, I think that if they've done it, they've only done breakfast. I don't think that people necessarily go there for dinner as much as they go for breakfast.
And if we had picked it, I just would have put $45 fruit plate. I wouldn't even have typed out Topolino's. All right. So our table service rundown from top to bottom, starting with number 1. Narcoossee's, California Grill, Trattoria, Rosa, Boma, Homecoming, Wine Bar George a second time, Yachtsman, Jico, Sanaa, Toledo, Boathouse, Ohana, Beaches and Cream, Via Napoli, and Teppan Edo. Those are our Sweet 16.
There you go.
I heard that, but I'm curious, what are the matchups? Are you able to give me, because I can do it in my head, but
yeah, I can do it. Easy
I
enough.
got lost.
So Narcoossee's is going up against Teppan Edo. California Grill is going up against Via Napoli. Trattoria is going up against Beaches and Cream. Rosa is going up against Ohana. Yachtsman against Jico. Wine Bar George against Sanaa. Homecoming against Toledo. And Boma against Boathouse.
Wow.
There's some monster matchups there.
Wow.
For the first round, that's pretty scary.
I honestly, the choice between Wine Bar George and Sanaa is going to be a tough one for me.
Yeah, it's not a tough one for me. Sanaa gets my vote.
Yeah, there's a couple tough ones there.
You know, you need to go to it. You think that Wine Bar George is bougie, but it is so not. George literally...
I just think the name is bougie, and I couldn't help myself but pick on you on the post. That's all.
The owner, George, literally wears jeans and a button-down shirt and, like, busses tables. Like, he is, like, the most humble guy. He, works his butt off there. And it's like, he owns it. So it feels nice to be, like, supporting a restaurant that's, like, literally that the owner of the restaurant is there, like, working and greeting people. And
that's Homecoming. Art Smith came and sat with us in between bringing people their takeout orders.
George didn't work for Oprah.
You're very defensive of this George guy. Is there something going on between you two?
Yes, he has great taste in wine.
Okay, here we go.
George is one of only, I forget how many master, what's the word?
Sommelier. Which is what makes it so bougie. I'm George, your sommelier tonight. By the way, here's your takeout order.
At the basket.
All right. So, Phil?
I think that wraps it up. Next week, resorts. And Scott gets to go first. There's some mystery in this one. Is he going to take the crown jewel, or is he going to leave his second home away from home open for 7 picks before it comes back to him?
Also, as a reminder, with the first pick, I also get the last pick. So,
if you leave Riverside out for 15 picks, I'm taking it. I won't be able to help myself.
I'm not going to leave it out for 15 picks. Don't worry.
Just check it. All right. Well, that wraps us up for this week. It's been fun so far. Our third draft out of 4, one still to come. And I think we'll probably do this some more again in the future. Just find some better subjects. It's been a good time. But if you've made it this far, we appreciate you listening. If you could run on over to Apple Podcasts, give us a like, a 5-star review, we would appreciate it. Amy?
If you're not already a part of the Facebook group, you can join us over there at DVC Clubhouse. And you can also find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And until next time, we'll DVC you real soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
And so our journey comes to an end.
Oh, no, please, can't we go back to page 1 and do it all over again?
We started this thing together, and that's how we'll finish it.
Because that, my friends, is where the magic lives.